Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 212A. It's a Tier 9 Soviet SPG located on the north spawn of Halluf, and this one is under the command of Oxagon of ANIML. And in this battle, he's all on his own. Normally he has somebody like Soul Collector with him to actually pick off the enemies, but this time he's going solo. Game on. Well, I think we're very familiar with that camo scheme and the 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. It's a 203mm howitzer capable of doing 900 alpha, and it'll penetrate through 52mm of armour with 10.4 meters on the blast radius between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. Now, it's based on the KV-220 hull, so basically a Tier 7 hull on a Tier 9 Arty. But of course, it's a KV design. Okay, styling in on the Shrek. There's another Arty that never got built, but... oh, that was very close. We can see exactly where he was, and it looked like the shell hit the right spot, but unfortunately we've already lost one of our tanks, and we just lost another one. And a third. This is not looking too good. We've barely been going a minute and we've already lost 3 tanks. Now this tank does have, this Arty does have fairly good gun handling. As you can see, it dials in fairly quickly. That was a bit late. He's a long way away from the enemy, and so obviously gun handling and timing as well. Yes, you do dial in quick, but you do have to recognize and work out exactly how long you've got your flight time. You can see it's a 3-second shot from where he is to this spot. The indicator, which is called Damocles, it's one of the Aslains Arty sites, shows you that at the moment it's about 2.7 seconds to that aim spot. But he's just spotted an UDES 14-5 right down in the valley, a little closer, 2.3 seconds away. Fires the shell in at the spot where he thinks he's going to be. Oh, that was good. 227, he was within the blast radius when that shell went off, and he lost a lot of his hit points and he got stunned. Now we're still 2 tanks down on the enemy, and they've actually come quite a long way forwards. They're basically left the northeast corner of the northwest corner of the map, and they're now pushing on our cap area. So we're lined up ahead of this Leopard prototype. A direct hit for 458. Non-penetrating shot, but it's still very good. When the enemy normally gets to that sort of point in the battlefield and our team haven't managed to stop them, then we have major problems trying to fend off an attack. You've seen that Leopard prototype again. It's with a Progetto, so if he fires a shell in, he might get 2 at once. Rounds out. Well, he stops the Progetto in his tracks by tracking him, but I'm not sure if he actually stopped the Leopard at the same time. We've got a Lorraine 40-ton tank just around the corner, and the Batchat's just seen him, and oh, he's been set alight, and he goes down. 2 shots to the Batchat. The second shot was actually from a Nomad of ours. But now we're going on the TNH. We don't need to hit him because, of course, he's just been wiped out. So we're trying to hit one of the others. We've got a Borsig coming up. No armor on the Borsig, so it's well worth hitting them.
That was close.
It splashed the ground right next to him, so he did get damage. You can see these enemy coming in. They're on the hill, by the way. They're at the top of the hill. Just trying to get a shot. There's the Leopard. Okay, he obviously is coming towards us, and he's creeping up on the Leopard 40-ton tank. We're not loaded yet, but we will be shortly. The standard reload for this Arty, 37.39 seconds. And you can see the Oxagon's got 27.53. Does get another direct hit on the T30 this time. Our T-30 is about to get... Oh, yes. I can see that happening. The T-30 obviously has the 155mm main gun, and he was able to just take him out with one shot. We're not down and out yet because the score is now even. And, well, a lot of that's been down to the fact that a lot of these enemy tanks have been taking severe damage. Another hit. The Nomad takes it this time, 414. He was obviously on the downslope of that hill. From overhead view, it becomes very difficult to see the topography, but obviously if you know and familiar with the map, you know where the hills are. That T-30 is up on top of the hill. He's looking out over the map at the moment. The enemy Nomad just got a kill. Can we get a shot on this guy? Lined it up. Rounds out. Direct hit, and he's a one-shot now. And we've got company. 11 prototypes come to try and help us fend off any enemy attack on this area. There's only 3 left on our team, so it's handy to have the Leopard nearby. And the Nomad on our team takes out that guy, but now we are desperately short. We're all in the same area, and the Arty on the enemy team's firing in. The enemy Arty in this game is an FB385, the British Tier 9. Now we're lining up a shot on that Progetto, but he pulls back, so are we going to hit the T-28? He's marking the ground in front of that guy. There's that T-30. He's a one-shot for us as well. The T-28's not a one-shot. You can hear another rumble from the enemy Arty in the distance. Okay, we're loaded. Rounds up. Another direct hit. 369 this time. We're racking up the damage. 3,042 hit points already. He's keeping his barrel hot. Oh, that was brutal. That was the Nomad getting that one. And unfortunately, the enemy RT just took out our Nomad. FB3805 got the shot. This T-30 is trying to take out the Leopard prototype. Okay, he's got the concentration skill. Obviously, he's been through all the skills. Most of the RT players have worked very hard to make sure they've got the right skills for the game. Concentration's one of those ones which is very easy to acquire, to use, because you're a stationary vehicle, so obviously you can get the benefit. Quick aiming is another one that does help a lot. Okay, we're going to change position. We know that this Nomad got wiped out from that spot, but we're moving to change position. Oh, there's the enemy RT. He looks like he's over in the northwest corner, because the shell actually came from near the castles in that corner, so he's probably in grid square B2. So it's 2 versus 4. Not looking good. Leopard prototypes come around to try and join us. And I have a sneaking suspicion. Yep, enemy RT. It is definitely coming from that corner. So the enemy RT is firing from over there. Now we might get either the Progetto 54. And there's the Borsig. So we can definitely do damage to him. Direct hit. Oh, he goes down to the Leopard prototype. That was a good one. Double tap. We hit him, and then the Leopard prototype got a shot from this. And oh no, that's the last thing we wanted to see. But the enemy RT is a good player, and he obviously worked that one out and put in a shell. The Leopard prototype didn't want to change position, and now we can see that, yeah, we've spotted the T-30.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
And unfortunately, it's the T-30 who gets the kill on us. We were spotted by the Progetto. Here's the end of battle stats for Oxagon in the first battle. I'm afraid it was a defeat, but he fought on as hard as he could, and he managed to get a third-class tanker out of that game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13. He got a Gauss medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else's team. In fact, actually, he was setting up the enemy. He was stripping them of hit points, and then his teammates were going in and getting the kills. And that is why, really, the Confederate medal is a good indication you've been doing your job as an Arty, because if you've got the medal, it means you didn't get the kills. You actually tried to make these enemies targets that could be easily killed by his teammates, and it certainly worked out in this one because he didn't get a single kill in the entire game. His win rate in the game was 3,179, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage in the game turned out to be the Oxagon, but unfortunately it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he missed out on getting a high caliber. He got 4,071 hit points of damage. The second highest damage in the game turned out to be the Nomad on the enemy team, who managed... Oh, no, sorry, it's the UDIS 03 on his own team. I was wrong there. The Alt 3 got 3,541, followed by the Nomad on the enemy team with 3,449. So, yes, 3 really good players in that game, and that Nomad on the enemy team was actually doing quite nicely. It's their high scorer. When it came to kills, yes, the Nomad got 4 kills, so did the T30 in the end. In fact, he got a Brothers in Arms, and so did the FB3805, who platooned with him. He got 3 kills, actually. And 3 kills also went to the Nomad and the UDIS 03 on our team. And in joint third place is the Leopard Prototype A, the T30 and the LT432 on our team, and only the Progetto 54 on the enemy team managed to get 2 kills. When it came to base XP, we can see that the top scorer was the Nomad on the enemy team, 1,024, the only player to get over 1,000 base. 901 went to the T30, 775 went to the Sinlac on the enemy team, and we can see the Oxagon only got 477, but that's because he was on the losing team, I'm afraid, in the game. We go to detail. 12 shots fired, so yes, that's a decent number of rounds, but he placed them in the right spots because he got 7 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 12 splash, so every shell had some effect. 4,071 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit. It was a penetration. That was from T30. It was a 155mm round, so there was absolutely no way he was going to survive that. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged. None were killed. 163 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a loss in this battle of 12,522 credits, but that's because he had to play for consumables in full. If he'd actually pre-bought all consumables, I think actually he would have ended up with a positive figure. 1,141 experience points out of that one as well, so at least he got something out of the game. So that's the end of the first battle. It's a defeat. Let's see how he gets on in the second replay. In the second replay, we're now on the Malinovka map.
Let's go.
And Soul Collector has turned up. Yes, he's in the T30. So the tank that actually destroyed Oxagon actually is now being played by Soul Collector. This should be interesting. Okay, moving off into the bushes. We're already loaded. 27.53 seconds the reload, as I mentioned before. 37.39 is the standard, so he's actually knocked off 10 seconds of reload time. That's very, very good. He's using the concentration skill to quickly dial in, and the nearest target has been seen, and it's a Sharky Tier 4 trying to use the spotting bush. Well, he's going to pay for that. Well, it was only 69 hit points, actually. The shell landed a little shallow there. Now, Arty can have a really big effect on the Malinovka map. Depends on how many enemy tanks go up the hill, but if you can stop the ones at the top of the hill and really cause the pain for them, then it really does affect the battle. Rounds out on the Emil. Nope. But it was close, and it looks like he has lost some hit points. probably to splash. You can see that he's missing a few. 100 hit points. Well, it's 98 actually. Okay, we're reaching the top of the hill now, so attention, we'll have to switch up there to see which enemy tanks have arrived. Rounds out the ANIML again. And he lost another 143 this time. Not really the best place for an ANIML to be. And the enemy tanks are now in sight at the top of the hill. In fact, there's quite a few of them up there. And yes, Oxagon starts paying attention to them. If you can actually keep the enemy on the back foot and keep retreating back down the hill, it really does make a huge difference. Oh, what a shot! 295 off that one. It's a 3-second delay between where he is and where the enemy shells are. Well, the shells are landing. They're right up the other end of the map, firing from one end to the other. Now, you can see there, the 252U is doing his best to stay in that position to shoot at our teammates, but every time he does that, he is making himself vulnerable, and now he's taking massive hits. The ST1's just been stopped. Soul Collector just took a hit there, unfortunately. I suspect it was the 252U that hit him rather than the others, but that 252U's about to die because he's a one-shot. Yet he's gone. The ST1 is still... Well, we need to take some hit points off him. Rounds out. Long flight time. Direct hit, and yes, he's taken 323 off. And he goes down, and Soul Collector takes the kill. Probably took the spotting as well off that one. Okay, so we're focusing on where the ANIML was last seen. A Baraska's made his way up to the ramp, which means he'll be the one spotting for that ANIML. I suspect that the ANIML's probably moved over to the trees. The Shrek, oh, he's pushed all the way back to the lake. Nice direct hit, 407. The Shrek made his way down to that area, and now we've got something happening at the top of the hill. Let's hope our M3Y moves off the hill before he gets smacked by whatever's landing there. Well, it looks like it was a bomber. We're looking elsewhere for the enemy. Most of them still near our cap. There's one exception. The CS52 Liss. You can see he's got the skills, the concentration skill and the quick aiming skill coming into effect. So he's able to quickly dial in on that spot. Some of these new skills that the Wargame put in are very useful for Arty. There's one in particular I actually do like, which I think is quite funny, is that there's one for the radio operators. If you can actually do more damage than the hit points of your own vehicle, you speed up the reload by 2.5%. And that's funny because most Arty players at this level do more damage than the hit points of their own vehicle on a regular basis. And that's like giving us free candy. You know, it's like saying, here's another 2.5% to your reloading speed. It really does make a difference. Now, I should also, whilst we've got this quick break because we can't see the enemy, is to actually let you know that not many people have actually put their replays in for the competition. And the competition's only supposed to last until 30th of September. And the thing is that... Oh my god, he got a blind kill on the G-Saw, even though he was moving back at the time. He's just wiped out the G-Saw 1067 with that shot. And he correctly judged how far the guy was going to move as he was pulling back, put the shell in and got it right on target. Yes, as I was saying, the thing is, not many entries have been made, and at the state it's going at the moment, it looks... Oh, he's got another blind kill! This time the Object 432, the one with the reverse turret at the back. Yes, not many people have actually put forward replays into the competition, and so I think at the moment there's not that many people And so it might mean that just about everybody who submitted a replay will actually get a prize, which is shocking, really. I thought we would literally have hundreds, if not thousands of replays. And I thought that if that happened, that we would have to do it with no commentary, simply because if we try to put a commentary on all of them, I'd be hoarse most of the time. Because I wouldn't be able to do that many videos in that period of time. So I am surprised that we didn't get that many people sending in replays. So if you are going to send in a replay, you need to get together soon, because you want to get as many views as you can whilst the videos are up on YouTube. And seeing as we're now on the 13th of September, and it ends on the 30th, well, you've only got 17 days of viewing time for your replay. So, yes, a lot of them have gone up already. You can see on a daily basis how many people have got how many replays by looking up the playlist for the 10,000 video competition. There is a playlist. That's what we're using to work out exactly how much. Oh! And he nails the Emil 1. Oh, another brilliant shot. It was Soul Collect who got the spotting, but he's now desperately trying to get out because, unfortunately, one of the enemy tanks is one of those new tanks with the gun, the Blesk, and he was just hammering us with those shells, but he's gone down. It was Soul Collector got revenge on him for that. Those new tanks are actually quite deadly if they're used in the right way. Most people haven't been using them correctly, though. Oh! He just got another blind kill. That's his third in this game. 3 blind kills. Almost 3 blind mice. But no, he's got a T28 this time. T28 prototype with a blind shot. He knew the guy was there. The guy didn't move. And, well, he just nailed him with a shot. He's loaded again. Okay, there is a P-44 Pantera. He's following the Shrek as he moves about. But he's now decided to go after this Mars, who suddenly popped up down in the south, fighting out with a Progetto. They both take hits, but he does get the kill there. Unfortunately, he splashed the Progetto 46, so he might have missed out on a high caliber now. But oh, and that's it. That's the last shot of the game, and it's over. Well, you don't often see that many blind kills in a game by Arty, but it does happen every now and then. I know there's several of you out there who've actually had masses of blind kills simply because you use your minimap and you know where the enemy was and you fire the shell in and it turns out the guy didn't move. That was an ace tanker game for Oxagon of ANIML in the 212A. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up, excuse me, he actually ended up with 5 kills, which is 1/3 of the enemy team, and just 1 short of getting a Top Gun. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, in this one, he managed to get, I think that's 9. And his win rate from the battle was 4,445, which is super income standard. Let's have a look at team score and see where he came. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game, but it turned out it was Soul Collector who did. He managed to get 3,585 hit points of damage, and he picked up a cool-headed and a steel wall. The second highest damage turned out to be, yes, Oxagon with 3,386. And the third highest damage, well, that was the Shah Future 4 on the enemy team with 2,969. When it came to kills, it was Oxagon who got the highest, 5 kills to him, 3 kills to the Unit 16, 2 kills went to the T-30, which was Soul Collector, the Centurion 7-1 on our team, and on the enemy team, that Object 7-432, which was killed by Oxagon. And when it came to base XP, only 2 players managed to get over 1,000 base. Oxagon got 1,166, which was the highest, and the Senlac managed 1,026. The Senlac picked up a patrol duty and scout. We saw that the Shrek managed to get a Confederate. Soul Collector got a cool-headed steel wall, and the Progetto managed cool-headed as well. You're going to see a lot more cool-headed at higher tiers. Now we've got those automatic guns, the Blesk and the Tessac. they're going to cause a lot of players to actually pick up cool-headed at the higher end of the table because they're getting struck by so many high-velocity shells simultaneously. Anyway, yes, we've seen that only 2 players managed to get over 1,000 base, and Oxagon was one of them. In third place was the Shrek with 953. He fired 15 rounds. Well, yes, this battle lasted quite a bit longer. Well, a bit longer, another minute, but he managed to get more shells out because, of course, more enemy were in sight at any one time. 8 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, 14 splash, 3,386 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 2,140 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made 6,216 credits profit in this game, even though he had to pay for consumables. And he also got 25 bonds from mission achievement and 1,749 experience points out of the game as well. Let's have a quick look to see which ones he penetrated. I think it might be the G-Saw. Yes, he was. The guy was moving backwards at nice and, well, at an even pace. And he got a beautifully judged shot, exactly the right distance to get and nail him with a blind shot as he was moving backwards. So yes, that shows pure skill, because it does take a lot of skill to learn how to do that, but he got it right on the money, and that G-Saw went out of the game. Even though we couldn't see him, we did see the wreck appear out of nowhere as he managed to get the kill. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was really good compared to the previous one. Obviously, that was a little disappointing, I'm afraid, getting the rest of the team all die out, and it's now just Oxagon on his own against that many enemy. It was really no chance, because there were 2 tanks moving up the hill towards him at the same time. He was only ever going to get one of them if he got the chance to get a shot off. But he got spotted by that T-30 at the same time as Progetto saw him, and obviously he just pumped around in to get rid of us. But the thing is that he did put out a lot of shells, and it made a big difference to the team, because he got a Gauze medal and a Confederate out of the game, and that means that he got the courageous resistance that you get for working so hard to help your team win. It really does pay off. If you keep pumping those shells out and hit as many enemy tanks as you can to get a Confederate medal, you really have been working hard for the team. And nobody can deny that he put in a lot of shells to strip the hit points off the enemy tanks and then make them easy kills for his teammates. He just couldn't keep his teammates alive long enough to actually win the game, and unfortunately it was only going to end one way when the enemy got the advantage. But even so, they lost that one. The next game, that was much better, and just goes to show the power of a 212A in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing with it. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.